Employment stunningly rose by 2.5 million in May and the jobless rate declined to 13.3% according to data Friday from the Labor Department that was far better than economists had been expecting and indicated that an economic turnaround could be close at hand. Economists surveyed by Dow Jones had been expecting payrolls to drop by 8.333 million and the unemployment rate to rise to 19.5% from April's 14.7%. If Wall Street expectations had been accurate, it would have been the worst figure since the Great Depression. As it turned out, May's numbers showed the US may well be on the road to recovery after its fastest plunge in history. It seems the damage from the nationwide lockdown was not as severe or as lasting as we feared a month ago, said Scott Clemons, chief investment strategist at Brown Brothers Harriman. The stock market burst higher following the report as the Dow Jones Industrial Average opened higher by around 700 points. Government bond yields raced higher as well, with the benchmark 10-year Treasury most recently at 0.91%. President Donald Trump expressed pleasure at the report, directing 2 tweets to CNBC. The May gain was by far the biggest one-month jobs surge in U.S. history since at least 1939. The only previous month to register more than 1 million jobs was September 1983, at 1.1 million. Barring a second surge of COVID-19, the overall U.S. economy may have turned a corner, as evidenced by the surprise job gains today, even though it still remains to be seen exactly what the new normal will look like, said Tony Badikian, head of global markets at Citizens Bank. The jump in employment almost perfectly mirrored the 2.7 million decrease in workers who reported being on temporary layoff. In fact, most of those reporting job losses in April said they believed the situation to be temporary, though many economists doubted that. The glimmer of hope in that report, as awful as it was that 78% of the people who lost their jobs believed that loss would be temporary, Clemons said. It turns out that optimism seems to have been warranted. As the economy responded and people went back to work, the jobs were still there. Those jobs tilted toward full-time, which added 2.2 million, while part-time workers gaining jobs numbered 1.6 million. The huge increase in jobs suggests that the U.S. economy is more resilient than expected, said Seema Shah, chief strategist at Principal Global Investors.